So, I read the Ninja comics. Let's talk about it. Okay, so Tyler Ninja Blevins released the second graphic novel in his comic book series starring him and a bunch of other colorful characters. When he tweeted about the books last month, I was really intrigued. For one, I've been reading comic books somewhat regularly since 2018 and more recently got into manga collecting / reading. So, when I saw Ninja had his own comic book series going, I had to check it out. Whether this ends up being a trash can on fire or actually good, I knew I was going to be making a video by the end of it. My opinion on Ninja is definitely more towards the negative side of the spectrum. I'm not a huge fan of his streams or his hot takes. Well, hell, even some of his tweets get memed on because he's just not self-aware of what he's posting. Ninja as a personality within gaming is just someone I don't follow religiously. Now, outside of the gaming space, I do believe he does a good job portraying the gamer influencer well on late night shows and interviews when the opportunity arises. He carries himself well and he knows how to talk to the normie crowd about gaming. So what about this comic book series he's created? Is it any good? From someone who's looking at this purely from a comic book stance, in my slight negative opinion on Ninja, the series feels really flat. In the first volume, we're introduced to Ninja and his crew in this battle royale-like game. Obviously something like Fortnite, since that's what Ninja grew in popularity with. After dying in a recent run, he checks the front door to receive a mysterious package. Ninja, for some reason, brings the package into his house and opens it. Ninja is soon transported into the game where if you die, you become ghosted. An interesting way to get around saying dying or dead, but now it's a matter of figuring out what's going on and getting back home. Alright, first off, I know this is a work of fiction and all, but Ninja should 100% know better than to bring an unsolicited package into his home. I mean, come on, bro. You know about the swatting incidents. You know about influencers' homes and their privacies and all that other stuff. Totally unrealistic scenario from the start. The whole get transported into another world gag has been done so many times in media, especially in anime. I'm sure Ninja took inspiration from Sword Art Online, probably the most popular transport into another world anime, for this comic book here. Ninja and his crew are whatever to me. This is a Ninja comic book after all, so I know he's going to be the good guy and win at the end. The way he's portrayed in the book is actually kind of funny. First, he's sort of like the almighty good guy who can do no wrong. He doesn't have moments where his flaws show, which makes Ninja's character feel boring. Second, the bad guys try to make Ninja look like some egotistical maniac who's full of himself and only seeks power. Some people in real life actually do view Ninja like this. I'm not sure if this was intentional on Ninja's part, but I just found that to be entertaining. Ninja does throw some gamer terms throughout the book, like noob on the first page, which made me instantly regret purchasing these books to begin with. His crew doesn't stand out at all. Aside from one character who goes rogue, they're all just there to assist Ninja in this adventure and make a couple of one-liners here and there. It would have been cool to see maybe some other streamers be in this book, but I doubt Ninja wanted to sort of ask them if they wanted to be in it, or maybe that's an idea that didn't even cross his mind, you know, like other Twitch streamers would have been in the book as like his, you know, friends and crewmates. Ninja co-wrote these books with Justin Jordan, who has several writing credits in Image, DC, and IDW. They do make an attempt to flesh out some characters' backstory, which were kind of interesting, but the payoff wasn't that rewarding or just outright predictable. I'm curious what Ninja's backstory in the comics would be, since everything about the story so far has been somewhat average. The writing really hinders itself when I see the gamer terms pop up in the speech bubbles, and some one-liners are just written poorly. This is obviously nitpicking, but in the second book, Ninja says, "Keller, you've changed, but you haven't changed at all." What? I get that Ninja is trying to say Keller's appearance has changed, but not his personality, but there was definitely a better way to convey that idea. Ninja could have said, "Keller, I see nothing has changed," or something else like that, because it's clear to the reader that yes, his appearance has changed, but Ninja still views Keller as the same bad guy as he was before. Everything about the story is just whatever to me. I never felt like the bad guys were a threat, and I never cared about any of the side characters. Ninja as a character, I'm not going to say I didn't care about him because He is the main protagonist, but he never did anything amazing. My investment in the story is going to be lessened as is because I am not a ninja fan, but I feel like even the average ninja fan won't get a kick out of these books either. The story, the characters, the world, it all feels super bland. Okay, so that's for the story. What about the illustrations? The artwork for the series is passable. I don't have any major issues with it, nor can I really praise it highly. Oh my god, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. Felipe M is the main artist between the two books, and he does a great job. The art style looks like a sketchbook, which I kind of like. The second volume uses another artist, Mike Anderson, but you can still see Felipe's artwork throughout the book. Action in comic books is always tricky to pull off. Whenever I read action manga, I never fully understand what's happening in the action sequence, and I try to put it together myself. For Ninja's comic, it's no different. There was this one part in book 1 where the characters are hanging off of a building. First, the bad guy is in blue, then the next page, he's in red. I guess the colorist didn't get to see both pages when coloring them in, or just straight up forgot the bad guy was blue on page 1, but I just thought this mistake was hilarious. The action is rather simple, which makes the art not stand out that much. There's always a page or two within every action manga that looks amazing, but that never happens in the Ninja comic. So yeah, Ninja's comic book is honestly generic as hell. It takes clear inspiration from other properties in entertainment and tries to put the ninja flair on it. The story doesn't really do much to keep non-ninja fans like myself engaged or interested with this series at all. Ninja and his cast of characters don't really do anything spectacular that would hook readers in. The artwork is nice, but the art in a comic book can only carry the series so much. The story and writing is pretty much like 90% of whether a series is good or not. Ninja's graphic novel is not all that great, but I will say this. Ninja is a smart businessman. Releasing these comics in graphic novel format as opposed to single issues is smart. Single issues really only work for the older comic book audience and quote-unquote hardcore comic book fans. The single issue release format wouldn't work for a Ninja comic book since most Ninja fans are kids and they wouldn't know how to buy single issues without having a local comic shop in their area, if they even have one. In addition, comic book fans and Ninja fans likely don't mix in together, which is why this move to a graphic novel format is even smarter. Also, if this was released in single issues, most comic book fans would probably be able to tell that the series was trash from the start. This comic is targeted towards his younger audience because that is Ninja's main demographic. A graphic novel is much better, especially since he is able to put it on storefronts like Amazon and Barnes & Noble. But yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have not already, you can subscribe. I put new videos up on Saturdays. You can follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter. Try to put updates to my future videos. Check out my podcast, the Travis and Damien Podcast. We talk about video games, movies, and anime every other week over at anchor.fm/Travis and Damien Podcast. And yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. See you guys next time with more videos.